right, welcome back, friends. This is Julie with Craft with Julie, and now we're going to create the 3 cards that come in my April Stamp of the Month card kit. When you purchase the Stamp of the Month, which is called Message in a Bottle, isn't that cute? I will send you this package right here that has the cardstock and supplies to create these 3 cards. You'll just need your own finishing supplies like markers, and card bases and adhesive, but the other little pieces are all included in this kit. So that's one of the perks when you purchase the Stamp of the Month. You can also get the Stamp of the Month for only $5 with a purchase of $50. Well, did I say that right? When you place an order of $50, you can add this to your cart for $5. Or if you're a Close to My Heart VIP customer, you can get it for free with a $50 purchase. Okay, I think I said that all right. Okay, so what you'll want to grab is some markers. I use the green turquoise, citrus blend, and gold brown blend they're the tri-blend markers. I also use some diamond stickles and intense black ink and pewter ink. Okay, so if you have those, grab them, grab your kit, and let me show you what this looks like. So it comes in the mail, and I include each card has its own little folder. It's kind of a little folder. So that's card number 1, card number 2 pieces. I'm just going to set those aside, and card number 3 pieces. I try to be as organized for you as possible. There's a picture. I tell you the other products I use, so if you're wondering where this adorable lagoon polka dot came from, you can just look on here, and it's from the Mix and Paper. Also, the hearts are from the black acrylic hearts, and then the different cardstock colors I use were white, black, glacier, harbor, toffee, espresso, and lagoon. And then on the back side, it'll tell you the supplies you need, like scissors, adhesives, the Stickles, the black journaling pen. Let me grab that. And the ink colors, and then also the marker colors. And then I've written up instructions that you could go through if you want to do these on your own. They're actually pretty simple, but I like to do a video because I am a visual person, and so I like to help out my visual friends by just putting a set together. So let's go ahead and start with this card number 1. Now I designed this one. You wouldn't even know there's a bottle involved with this one, even though babies and bottles go together. But I thought this little star right here that you can put into a bottle was so cute. There we go. I was like, I'm trying to find my block. It was just so cute, like kind of like a hanging decoration. So we do have a brand new baby in our family. My nephew had a little baby this past, it's been a week now. And so when I designed that, I was thinking of them, that I can send them this card. So you'll just want to grab a card base. And we're going to stamp that right onto a card base. Okay, so grab your intense black ink. Let me just scooch everything to the side. Our intense black, and I'm using intense black because we're going to color this in. And let me grab a scratch piece of paper. Hold on. So we're going to go off the edges just a little bit. And for a better image, let's get our little foam piece out and just stick it right underneath there. So I have my foam piece, I have my scratch piece paper, and then my card base. So what I'm going to do is let's just go ahead and start stamping. I offset this stamp a little bit. So I went kind of towards the top with my first one, and then I will go down all the way to the bottom with my second one, and then I'll go midway with the third. So they're kind of, that big star is kind of offset, if that makes sense. Okay, and then we'll just continue that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Let's go higher. And I'm doing it kind of towards the side because it's easier for me to see the left-hand side when it's this direction. Okay, and I'll do that one a little bit higher. Okay, so now we can color it in. It's a little bit different than my original, but that's fine. You can play around with that. I'm just going to quickly clean this off with my stamp chamois. And then we can color it with our markers. Okay, oops, let's get rid of this. So the tri-blend markers, I used all three. I did the light, the medium, and the dark. So I'm doing the dark on the small stars. I'm starting to lose my words. I can stamp and talk at the same time. Really, I can. Oh, geez. That's why when I go to crops, I get like nothing done because I just sit and chit chat and I can't focus. I don't know. How about you guys? Can you get stuff done when you're talking to your friends? Okay. Now I'm going to do the mid. And I'm going to just do it on a couple of these stars, and then I'm going to do the dark. You don't have to do the different colors if you don't want to. I just thought it added a little bit to the overall look of the card. So that's why I use the different colors. And we'll just do this one. This is so cute. So since we're talking about graduation earlier, this would make a fun graduation card too. You could do like you did it or congrats instead of baby. That would be really cute. Okay, and then let's do, have we done the dark? Yes. And let's do the lightest version or the lightest shade. And color it in just so they weren't all the same. That's really kind of what I was going for. All right, one more. And I really love these tri-blend markers because they have the 3 different shades all in one marker, so it helps me know what goes with what, I guess. It makes my coloring look cool, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm doing the green turquoise, and I'm going to do light, and I'm just going to color in these like little baubles, like the circles. To me, they look like little glass bulbs, but they could be something completely different. All right, so in your little packet, you should have the Cricut cuts for baby, or like I said earlier, you could totally change it up to graduation, whatever you want to do. Okay, those 2 things we're using on different cards, so let's just put those back. Okay, so I'm kind of place them on here, and I don't remember the Cricut cartridge I got this off of, but you can pretty much use any font that you would like. Okay, let's add these on here. And we want to make sure we leave a little bit of space under that other B so we can stamp "You're a Treasure." And under that Y, we need a little bit of space under there. So the B and the Y are going to kind of be parallel with parallel with each other. So that A is the only one that really goes down. Okay, so now we have "You're a Treasure." And There's my block. They're clear, so I always lose my blocks on my desk. It's a problem. Okay, so I'm just going to set it on my desk and pick it up because it's kind of long and fragile, little teeny stamp, so I want it to be straight. So I'm going to just stamp your treasure. Oh, that's upside down. That would not work. Just like that. And I'm going to let that dry for just a second. And then we were going to use that same turquoise marker and color over it. If you can see that. I'm gonna use the light. Actually, let me do this other part first and let that dry a little bit longer. So I had the diamond stickles, and I love the diamond stickles. It's clear and it kind of takes the color of anything that you are put it up against. But I just felt like we need a little more bling. So you can just add little stickles anywhere in this section up here of funness. We'll add little dots, add a little bit of bling. Okay, now let's do our marker. And I'm just going to lightly go over that just to make it pop a little bit. Okay, so there you go. There is card number 1. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you have babies in your life that you're going to be giving that to? Oh, I can't wait to meet him. He's my nephew. What would that be? My great nephew? Because he's my nephew's son, great nephew. Anyway, so fun to have a baby in the family again. Okay, so this is card number 2. And we are going to stamp and then, nope, that's not card number 2. I had these mixed up. Hold on. This is card number 2. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So this one is really kind of fun. So we are going to stamp a bottle. I mean, I had to do a bottle, right? Like a message in a bottle. Because that's the name of the stamp set. Just pick that up. If your stamp set's brand new, you just want to season that with your hand or stamp it a couple times on a scratch piece of paper. All right. And just going to stamp that on this little white piece. And then we are going to stamp the scroll right inside of that. So this one right here. Let me flip it this way so it's the same way as the card. Okay. And it will fit right in there. And then we can stamp thank you, or if there's another sentiment, or if you just want to leave it blank, you can totally do that too. There's an I love you. These are so, there we go, thank you. They're so little. So cute. Okay. I want to stamp it kind of towards the top of that scroll so you can see it once I tuck it in. Okay, that scrolly lettering is so cute. And then we need to do the cork. So this is where our pewter cards, or our pewter ink is going to come in. If you have, like, I guess you could, I could have done brown, like a brown. I don't know why I chose gray, but I use pewter. You can just stamp that right on the top. All right. Okay, now we can use that green turquoise again, the light, and we are going to just go around the bottle to kind of give it that glass look. Just go around the edge. And I don't need to do the bottom because it's going to be tucked in. There we go. Just around there. Okay, and then the brown, we're going to color the scroll. So I'm using the light gold brown, and we just can color this scroll in there. Right over top of that, because we use the intense black so it won't bleed. And then if you want to add a little bit more definition to it, I'm going to add the mid color just right here on the top and around where it rolls, like right here, just to add a little bit more color to that. Okay. And then we can cut it out. At this point of the day, my desk is a huge mess. And I'm going to cut it right up on the line. I'm not leaving any white because I want it to look realistic. So cute. Wasn't there a movie about, or maybe the movie was called Message in a Bottle? Trying to think. Or was it a book that was made into a movie? I don't know. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments. I'll have to go look it up now. Or is there a song? Probably. Because I have the tune in my head, but I'm not going to sing because that is not my specialty. I'm trying to remember who sings that song. I'm going to have to Google that one too. All the things I think of. Okay, so we have that done, and now we can just start on the assembly. So this is toffee cardstock, and our cardstock has two sides. So we have a light side and a dark side, and for this I used both. So this bottom one is light on the light side, and I'm just going to tear it to expose that white core. And I think I'm just tearing off about 1/4 of an inch. And then this is the dark side, and I'm going to do the same. So it's exactly the same cardstock, but it looks different because I'm using the different sides. Tear that. And then this is Harbor, and then this is Glacier. Let me grab my card base. And we can start assembling. So I'm going to add the Glacier on the top, and I use the light side. And if you want to, I just thought of this because we just did it on another card that we worked on earlier. You could take that same sandpaper and sand that a little bit if you want. So it's not such a harsh color right there. So there you go. And I'm going to make sure I have enough space for everything. Okay, so let's add Harbor. And I did the light side of Harbor. Just add that right, well, let's see, how many? So it's about 1 3/4 inches down. So let me measure that. We want to make sure we have, let's see, 1. Okay, just a little bit lower. So I want to make sure we have enough room for that cute boat or ship. All right, so now let's put the dark on, and we're going to put just adhesive on the left and the right so we can tuck that bottle in and just line it up with the bottom. Okay, so now we can attach our bottle, just tuck it right in there. And add our boat. I also cut this on the Cricut. It is so teeny, so it's kind of rustic looking anyway, so I thought that was okay. I used espresso cardstock for the boat. So teeny little guy. All right, and then I added a little bit of that brown, yes, the gold brown marker onto the sand. So I'm just going to add a couple dots here and there. Just add a little bit of more color to it. There's really no rhyme or reason, just some dots. And then we're going to add some more of those diamond stickles, and it really adds some really fun glitter to this card. So I'm just going to add a couple dots here and there of this diamond stickles. Just make that sand shine a little bit. All right, okay, so that is card number 2. Trying to not get my fingers in the stickles. And then I need to set that one side to dry too. All right, so the last one, I thought these little sayings were so cute that I wanted to add a couple. So this one says, every adventure has a story. And then next to it says, so grateful for the journey that led me to you. So that is super fun card to give to a friend, or even like kind of like a anniversary card or something like that. So I just wanted to use as many of those stamps as I could on these projects. So in card number 3, you have your 2 pieces of mix-in paper, your lagoon, and a white piece. So let's go ahead and do the stamping first. And we're going to use intense black ink. We're going to stamp this taller bottle right here. Oh, I need to take my other bottle off. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to use the taller bottle. And where'd my cute foam piece go? I do not know. It disappeared. Probably fell on the floor somewhere. Oh, it's right here. You want to put your little foam under there so you get a nice image. I'm just going to ink that up and stamp it right there. And then going to use the short bottle. You could do this round one, was really cute too. I have seen some really cute ideas used with the stamp set and like shakers. So you could make these bottles into a little shaker, or you could add, fill them with like liquid glass. There's a lot of fun things you could do with these. Okay. All right, so now we're going to stamp this little paper piece into the larger bottle. It's like kind of building a scene with stamps. Okay. And then the one that the square that hangs down reminds me of like a necklace pendant or something. Oops. Get it on there. And we're going to stamp it right in there. There's all kinds of fun things you can add. There's a heart. There's different sayings. so many fun things you can do with this stamp set. Okay, so every adventure has a story. I'm going to use a smaller one. Okay, and I'm using Intense Black ink again because we're going to color in some of these bottles. And then so grateful for the journey that led me to you. Don't we all have a friend that we think of, that we just randomly meet and they become a huge part of your life? I had that just recently, not even a couple years ago, it's probably 8 years ago. I met this amazing lady, and I met her through Close to My Heart, and she was amazing, and she passed away recently, and I miss her like every day. And it reminds me of, when I read this card, it reminds me of her. I was just so lucky to know her, and everybody that met her was lucky to know her. And anyway, sorry to get sappy, but that's what it reminds me of. Okay, so we're gonna stamp the cork with pewter. She's just one of those special people that came into my life, and I will forever be changed because of her. All right, so now we can go ahead and start coloring. We are going to add some of that green turquoise around this bottle. I'm kind of just doing the lines. I'm not doing the whole thing, just kind of where those larger lines are, or the extra detailed lines. Maybe that's a better way to put it. And then the bottom. Just add a little bit of color. And then we'll just do this one. And kind of right here where those lines are. Oh, and I already did the bottom. Funny. Okay. Oh, one more line. Kind of right there. All right. So let's do the little scrolls inside with the gold brown. Color those. And I've mentioned this before, but I didn't really love coloring in stamps. I just wanted to stamp it and be done. But since we started carrying the tri-blend markers, I don't mind coloring in items, because with the 3 colors, it makes it so easy. Okay. Then I'm going to do the mid just to add a little bit of shadowing around the outside. Okay, and then I'm going to add that mid right here on that one that folds over, and then the light on the rest of it. All right, what do you think about this stamp set? Let me know in the comments. Is it one that you must have in your stash, or is it not your style, or do you just love it? Let me know what you think. Pretty much with any stamp set, you like it, and then you start playing with it and you love it. That kind of happens to me every time when I start playing with these things. Okay, so let's add some doodle lines. Again, it just adds one more layer without adding too much bulk. And one more across the top. All right, so now we can start kind of assembling. I'm going to use the lighter side, so I'm going to put my adhesive on the dark. All right. And there's that one. All right, so now we're going to dovetail these guys. And I just snip up the center, and then I meet from one corner to the other corner. And that's how I like to dovetail. And the more you do it, the better you get at getting it like centered right. Okay, and then this one, the same. And if it's off a little bit, it's okay too. Just gives it more personality. I'm going to add that right there. And in your, I just saw it, little bag of goodies, you will have an acrylic heart. You'll have a variety of different hearts because a package doesn't come with all of the same one. So depending on your kit, you might have one that looks like this, you might have a solid one, or you might have one that looks like this. That quickie glue would work really great for this that we were using on the other projects, or just liquid glue or a glue dot because it's so thin. I usually on this one I think I just use like the liquid glue that's in the green bottle. Okay, just add your heart right there. It needs to dry. There we go. So that is card number 3. So fun. So again, this is April stamp of the month. It is still available until the end of April, and then it goes bye-bye and we get a new stamp. But you can find the stamp set on my website, which is juliescott.closetomyheart.com. And when you purchase the stamp set or get it free as a VIP, I will send you the pieces to create them. So I hope you enjoyed this month's card kit, and come back in just a little bit and I'm going to talk about what we'll be doing in May. So I'll see you in just a little bit.